and it's a whole PC with a GTX 1650 and an i5 3470. He had it listed at $200 and I offered him $180, but he was pretty firm on $200. I saw that he had it recently listed at $500 and lowered it down to $200. So we agreed on the price of $200 and we're about to go meet up at a Walmart right now. But the whole PC comes with like a monitor, keyboard, mouse, and I think a set of little speakers. But anyways, let's go get that deal. It's a bit dark right now, the lighting's pretty bad, but here's the system right here. It's just a little mini Dell Optiplex, and you had a low profile GTX 1650. Let's get it home and test it out. All right, finally getting the PC set up. Let's go ahead and power it on for the first time. So far, it's looking good. Let's go, baby. Sweet. All right, so as that loads, let's see what else is in this little bag here. Are you sick and tired of seeing this horrendous watermark while gaming? If so, then head over to your city key, find your desired Windows key, and use discount code LAB20 and get Windows 10 Pro for as low as $16. Head over to your activation settings, copy and paste your key, and bam, you activated Windows 10. Links in the video description. All right, right down here, little mouse pad there. Oh. A PS5 controller? Yo! Let's go! Let's go! Okay, a little pair of Astro headphones. I don't really like getting used headphones because you never know how sweaty these people be while playing games. But you know, a free headset is always nice, and a pair of Astros, so hopefully they're pretty good, you know? I'll probably either clean them up and just flip them for some extra profit. And then we got this little Netgear Wi-Fi antenna thingy, USB. If I'm being honest, these are actually really good. I use one for my personal setup when I need just wireless connection, and they're really good. I'll leave links to this one down below. All right, let's hook this thing up to the Wi-Fi and I'll test some games on it. I'll do a before cleansing and then after cleansing, because I bet you these things run hot and need to be repasted. Let's go. The first game up is of course Fortnite, and then Apex, and then we'll end it off with some Warzone. Sadly, I couldn't use the 75 Hertz monitor that this whole bundle came with because it only had a DVI and VGA, but I need to record the screen for you guys, and that just wouldn't work out. So we're gonna be using this 144 Hertz monitor and seeing if this PC is capable of 144 Hertz. In Fortnite, I'm using Pro settings, which I use 80% res scale far view distance and everything else low. I will test in performance mode at the end of the video, so stay tuned. If you look at the top left, the GPU is going above 80 degrees and the CPU is fairly hot, which is not okay. In Apex Legends, I'm using low/medium settings in 1080p, and right off the bat, it is running way smoother than Fortnite, but that's because Fortnite's launcher is absolute garbage. Call of Slideshow Zone, we tested 1080p all low settings. And yeah, as you can see, it's quite the slideshow. We just got done testing the games before we cleaned the PC, and oh my gosh, it was a slideshow playing all those games, especially Warzone. That thing was unplayable. We were playing, but it was completely unplayable. Anyways, here's a little sound test. It's pretty whisper quiet, but here's a sound test anyways. And then we just ran a time spy as well, and that got a score of 3,121. But now let's take this thing apart and clean it, because those CPU and GPU temps, ooh, those were not okay. Hopefully those are pretty better after we clean it, and the performance is a little bit better too. What the hell?
That's why the GPU is getting so hot. It has a broken fan. Bruh. Okay, so we got a SSD. It's a 512 gigabytes. That's actually pretty damn good. The RAM is a 2 gig 6, a SK Hynix one, and a Samsung one. So at least it's in dual channel. As you can see, the thermal paste sort of sticks to your finger, so it's not completely dry, so that's always good. And the CPU cooler I actually just took in the sink right now, just to get all that thermal paste off super fast. And the CPU is the infamous i5-3470. It's a 4-core, 430 processor. It's a pretty good budget option. It's slowly starting to show its age. Alright, this thermal paste is still pretty new too. Let's reapply it.
Now that the system is all clean and put back together, let's retest it. First off, it's less of a slideshow, but the GPU is still running pretty hot due to the fact that we found out it only has one fan. Before we cleaned the system, we got an average FPS of 102, and after we cleaned the system, we got an average FPS of 131 in 1080p Pro settings. I also tested in performance mode and got an average FPS of 182. Moving on to Apex Legends, the first test it got a 74 FPS average, the second time around it got an 80 FPS average. The first time we tested Warzone was super choppy and I got an average FPS of 43. The second time we tested it, it got an average FPS of 50. Although it's a low FPS, it is way smoother than before. And here's a sound test of when the PC was clean. We tested TimeSpy again. The first score was 3,121. The second score was 3,321. And then that Netgear Wi-Fi adapter that I told you about, I went ahead and tested it. I pay for gigabit speeds here at my place and I achieved that with Ethernet, but on a wireless connection, we were reaching around 200 megabytes per second, which isn't the best. You're not getting your full rated speed, but hey, if you need something wireless connection, then this is pretty good. Let me know down below in the comments if you would like to see a video of me flipping the PC as it is, or case swapping it and then flipping it for some massive profit. Drop me a like, a lot of work goes into these videos, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.